There we go. So are you guys seeing my screen?
Yep.
All right.
How many are you guys going?
Yeah, that's right.
Yes.
I cheat. I've got two screens, so I still get to see you guys.
That's okay. I see you on the side. I still see you
Yeah,
on the
so do
side.
I didn't know you were doing that. It's like for a second.
Oh yes, the blipping. Yeah. So is
Wait.
everybody familiar with Mailchimp?
No.
I have
I've heard of
received
it.
things from Mailchimp.
Okay.
So I've,
Sorry,
I've
Christiane, are
received
you?
things.
I'm in La La Land. I'm just going to sit back and pick out some nuggets of all of this.
Okay. And sorry, Maggie, what about you?
I've heard the name, but I really don't know anything about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is, especially for a startup, it's free. I've been in business for I don't know how many years now. I don't think I've been using it to its fullest, but I still have not paid for anything on this service. And so sign up. I always recommend sign up and play with it. So it's again, it's mailchimp.com. Okay. And it's free for, it's a combination of how many contacts you have and how many emails you send out a month, right? So if your maximum is like 2,000 clients, but that only allows you to send 12,000 emails a month. So you're pretty safe for a long time, okay? But they do have other plans, and I've been noticing that it's not a bad value to use as a CRM. So that's what I'm looking at it as, right, with that customer relation management part of it. Because what do you use most of your client contacts for? Marketing. So, you know, if you were to come into here, it would be great. So this is what happens. This is the screen when you log in, and you know, tell you anything that you've been doing. I've been playing with my groups and all that, how many audience I have and so forth. On the left side, you will see the main menu, if you will. So if you get lost, don't panic. Hit the monkey's head and it'll always bring you back here. Okay. So again, if you're going to get in there and play, don't hesitate. And then what's great is as you go over, it tells you what you're going to do. So are you going to create a campaign? Look at your audiences, right? Oh, what's okay? Create. Oh, okay. So use a template, I guess they want you to do, right? Automation, which is what I was getting into it to look at, that workflow. Website. If you are a paying client, you get a website. And it doesn't matter even if it's just the one level up from free, right? You get a free website. And again, they'll help you get the content together. So pictures and templates and stuff like that. Integration, again, that is bringing in all your social media and so forth, okay? And then of course, there's always the good old help. When your first task is to create an audience. And of course, I went in here and didn't do any research back in the day whenever I signed up and went, oh, well, I want a group of people for my newsletter, because that's part of my roster, is I have you sign in, right? Name, signature, and then email. And it says email for newsletter. So they know what they're putting their email down for. It's not just a part of their contact stuff, right? I'm actually going to be using it. So that's their sign in, if you will. And I made all these, so newsletters, my associates, my other instructors. And so you're only allowed so many free audiences. But what they actually recommend you is to put everybody on the same list and then break them down once you get into them into different segments, right? So like for Christiane, she would have potential clients, right? Past clients,
Mhm.
associates, venues, maybe, right?
Yeah.
And you can either segment, and we'll go into this a little more, but segment them or tag them, okay, after, but just make one list, because then you can put in qualifiers when you're doing your campaigns to who you want to send it to. And it may be you want to send it to venues and potential clients, right? Maggie's going to be doing weather, right? You know, what things you can do in spring, because spring will be coming up soon for you, or summer. Okay. And so she'll go, oh, okay, well, I don't want to do this one because they only do winter, but these guys do all year round, right? So maybe that's how you're going to class them: winter, summer, all year round, yacht clubs, right? Those kind of segments or tags. All right. So to sign someone in is very, oh, sorry, I've just got my light in the exact wrong spot to say. So manage audience, and you'll notice you get a drop down. So you want to add a subscriber. You can do this manually. All right. It's always email first. Again, if you've got all their information, go and use it. Okay. And then you can use these tags. So if you don't have a tag, you create it. Again, as we talked about, potential clients, past clients, you know, however you want to do it. You have to say that they gave you permission. And what's really nice is if they sign up again on your website. So Christiane's got a person that comes back a few times to look at your website. And of course, you've got that pop-up that says, join our newsletter, right? And they go, oh yeah, I don't know if I've done that before. So they sign up with another email or, you know, whatever. When it takes the information, you won't have them as two anymore. Okay. And then they go, oh, unsubscribe because crap, I get 2 emails every time she emails me. All right. And once you've done at least the permission, it will not accept it unless it's the permission is given, and subscribe. Or you can export. So if you have, or do you use a customer relation, Maggie? A CRM? Do you have all your clients in one spot?
Not really, no.
Okay. So
I
if,
don't have that many clients yet, so it's,
okay, so then you can do this manually.
yeah.
Because that's what I would do every time I would have a class. I would sit here while I'm scanning and put in emails, right? How about you, Christiane?
No, not right now. I may, yeah, not right now.
Okay, so again, this could be, if you're going to start putting them in,
Yeah,
I just will
yeah.
put them in one spot. Because if you do decide to switch, you can export all that information, right? It will
That's
come
good.
out
Yeah.
on a Excel or a CVS, common value.
Comma separated values.
There, thank you. I bad with acronyms. I shouldn't even try. I should know better. Okay. So that's creating your audience. All right.
Okay.
And then you get to have, oh, we're in the audience. So we want to come out of that and we want to go to create a campaign. So if you don't have a campaign running, you can create one. All right. And that would be the, oops, email templates. So these are ones that I've already done, but they will give you new ones as well. Because the great thing is they're just drop and drag. So let's see here. Oh, here's my newsletter. All right. So I wanted to put in my logo. I just push here and you'll notice on the right, it changes for me. It says, oh, do you want to replace that? Sure. It'll say, do you want to take one of these pictures or upload? from my computer or wherever the location is, right?
Mhm.
So that gives me that opportunity. Alrighty, and then I just X out of here because I got what I wanted. Okay, title, I want to go in there. And so it lets me come in here, and these are all my functions. So I'm using that. Now I can change my, I want it bold, don't want it the italic. I want to link it to my website or a certain page. I can change my fonts, right? I can make it the headings, pick my certain fonts, and of course the size, okay? And then it does automatically save every so often. I think it's 15, 20 seconds. But if I want to get out of there, I just hit the save and I'm out, okay? You'll see these here. They're wonderful. They're just drag and drop. And so you'll notice that they've got the two. Just want to replace the picture, put it in, okay? What is that? Is that okay, that is a text. One thing that's really nice is, oh, that's a little close, right? So I don't want that. I want to put in a divider. Yeah, there it is. And so I just drag it over and go, do I want it there? Do I want it there? Yeah, there's good. And does that leave enough? Yeah, I like how that gave it enough room, right? But if I go, yeah, no, that wasn't what I was expecting. And that's it. That's how easy it is. One of the things when you sign up, you will get your business information in there. So the nice thing that does is fills up the bottom. So you'll see this had my old address. I had to change my address in there. It's all filled up. But one thing you gotta make sure you do is fix your connections to your social media. All right. And it allows you to put other ones in there if you want to put other, right? So you're on, Melissa's on TikTok as well, right? And you might want your Pinterest on there. You know, are you on anything different, Maggie? Apps?
Just, excuse me. I've got my Instagram and my Twitter and my Facebook and that, but I don't have.
Okay. Okay. How about you, Christiane?
Yeah, I've got Twitter and Facebook, Instagram, my website.
Okay.
Yeah,
So, yeah, that's 4 already, right? So you can put
yeah.
another one in there. Okay. Michael, you could even put your cooperators in there
Yep,
as well.
Yep. I
Right,
could
just
put
to
the
give them an
agency website in there. I could.
Yeah, just extra reason.
I have a work Facebook page, and then I also have a LinkedIn page.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, right. So again, it's one thing though you have to set up, because the email, if you don't set it up, goes to Mailchimp. Right? They automatically put just Mailchimp in. Everything else is left like, you know, Facebook and all that. But the Mailchimp is filled in. So you want to make sure that you get that done. Okay. Good. Okay. And so, sorry, guys, I can just enter preview and see what it's going to look like. So I know what it's going to look like on a desktop. But what's the majority of people looking at our emails on?
The iPhone probably.
Yeah, so I now get to see what it's going to look like on a mobile phone.
Good. Excellent.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So I go, oh, that's too much space now, isn't it? Putting in that divider. You can see, unfortunately, sometimes when it does go to mobile, your spacing will go to justified. So just be aware of that. Okay. But you get to have a look to see what it looks like. And you go, yeah. The great thing is, do you notice now I didn't do anything about the copyright or my company? it was all those merge tags. So merge tag is a preset filler. So it says year is a merge tag. So it will automatically put in the year. And those were preset by Mailchimp. I don't know how they did it. I have not looked into how to do that yet. So all I had to do was have my information input at the beginning, and it automatically did this for me. It makes sure that there's an unsubscribe on there, which is always a great sign of an email, right?
Yeah.
And if they want to change the preferences, not every, I still get, it blows me away. I get plain emails still, right? Drives me crazy. I got to change it to HTML.
Mhm.
I can't read 10 font too.
So Kathryn, so the unsubscribe, if people click on the unsubscribe, the program automatically does all
Yep.
that, so you don't need to worry?
That's right. And it notifies you that you
And
can't
yes,
unsubscribe.
okay. The other question I have is, let's say you didn't like the spacing, like when we were referring to at the top of the newsletter, when it was on the iPhone, you liked it on the desktop, but you thought that there's too much spacing. The thing is, you can't really make adjustments for just the iPhone, can you?
No.
Correct. Okay. So
Not that I'm aware
it's
of,
a matter of checking it all out
That's
and
right.
only making adjustments for
Right. So will it
Whether-
really
okay.
matter on here? Probably not.
not. Yeah. Okay.
Right. So it's
Yeah.
probably better. So let's do that. Right. Let's take that out. Okay. And it automatically saves
Yeah.
and preview.
Yeah. Because I know that there's sometimes on my phone, I'll decide, oh, I better go open that on my desktop because I'll see it better. It'll just come out better. Okay. That's why. Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
Right. And then you'll get to even see, because one of the things you're going to recognize when we set up the campaign is on your email, there is a subject line, but there's also what they see. Oh yeah, shoot, I have to update that. That's right. I have to upgrade for that. When we set up the campaign, you'll get to see that. It's pretty cool. All right. Okay, so we're happy with that.
Yeah.
And so I'm all ready. All right, and why can't I not get that? I should be able to get right to, okay. Also allows you to send it, like you said, right? Check it on your phone.
Great.
Okay, I don't know why that's not going back to being able to allow me to send it. That's weird. Oh, the internet's so slow today, Ivan. Okay, I'm not sure why. That's not letting me carry on because I'm done. What does that say? Click and drag? No, resize the header. Okay. So maybe I have to go to rename. Oh, that's why it didn't have a name. Okay. So January 21st, 2021. There we go. All right. So again, I have the opportunity to edit or create a campaign with it. Oh my goodness. And this is what comes up. So if I started with campaign, it say, who am I sending it to? Well, I'm sending it to all my newsletters. but then it'll ask you if you want to segment it. So that's where we were talking about tags or segmenting to potential clients, previous clients, venues, winter sports, summer locales, stuff like that. Personalize. So when you get those, hi, Christiane, you signed up for our email, right?
Right.
That's because we've allowed these, and those are these preset merge tags. So I have to pick out, okay. Why isn't it giving me a drop down? It usually gives me a drop down.
Do you want to know the real answer? Because you're showing
Sure.
us how to do it.
Yeah,
Any other time it would work.
Yeah. Go ahead. Do you know why it's not working?
Yeah, because you're trying to show us. It would work if we weren't if you didn't have an audience, it'd be working just fine.
Got you. I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but
you're not.
You're not.
Okay. Yeah,
So
I don't
that's
know.
where, so that's where you just fill in the field. You put it
should have on the drop down,
yes.
first name, last
Right.
name,
Right.
business.
So you just go in there and you do that for each one when you want to personalize it.
Not each one. You just have to put what you want. If you want everybody's first name in
Oh,
there.
and it'll pull it in there. Oh, I see. Okay,
every
I got you
email
now.
for you.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what a merge tag does.
Okay.
Remember on the footer of my email, it automatically filled in my company,
Yeah.
emergency, and the year. Put in
Yeah.
the correct year, so you don't have to go in and go, oh, did I change that from 2020 to 2021?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah.
If you want it to work, Kathryn, what you got to do is mute yourself, say your expletive, and then it should work.
Yeah. 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 And so add subject. So this is where I mentioned that it's a subject and a preview text. Okay. Excuse me. I do have to unmute for a second. Ivan and Aaron are having a good discussion behind me. Okay. So it'll be winter newsletter. And the great thing is they have a lot of these little view your subject line guide. Here's the best tips, right? Be descriptive so they know that it's something that they want to read and open up. Don't be too long. Don't use too many emojis. And again, those are all those I always recommend if it's got the I for information or any of these highlighted areas that are obvious links, use them. All right. And then it says, what's preview text? It's what they're going to actually see. So when it comes up in the email, it's going to say this. So that's what you really want to make sure. So I've got one coming out when I show you the animation. Hopefully it's all going to work. It says, take control in 2021. Okay, would that not get your attention if that's what you saw? Right, so that's the kind of stuff. They have very limited emojis. I'm not a huge emoji person, but sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Okay, but they do have all of them. So just so you know. Okay. Oh, okay, so I must not. So what it's telling me is I must have left a box in there that they've used to say, do this or do that, but it's still showing with nothing in it. So that's why I've got to go back in there. Bless you.
So it will tell you. That's good.
Yeah, and that's it. It went through and said, oh, you can't send. And this is the part that you've got to actually, oh, please tell me it's not deja vu. Oh, good. There, right here,
Yeah,
where it says this text blocks, right? So I don't want to do anything with it. We'll just delete it.
okay.
Okay, I'm ready to continue. There we go. Oh, now what have I not done? To send, remove. Oh, there must be another one in there. Maybe I should really look at it this time, eh?
I really like all the functionalities and stuff. I don't know that I would ever use this in my business, but I'm enjoying understanding what it is,
But
because you never know.
is not a basis of your business referrals?
See, like there's nowhere, I don't really have a base. The thing is, it's for couples, right? Like, so when the couples get engaged, they get to me, but it's more of a one-on-one, because once they've hired me and I've officiated and performed their wedding ceremony, there's really no follow-up after that. I mean,
Why not? Couldn't you send out, you
well,
know,
there is for a certain amount, and I use Jackie Lawson cards. Like I'll contact them twice in the year and wish them a happy anniversary at the end of that year, but nothing that would warrant a newsletter kind of thing. Like there would be,
well,
like-
once a year you could send out from here. Happy, you can set it up. We could show you how to set it up. Because
The
if
other,
you stay in their mind, my son and daughter-in-law found their officiant through
yeah,
someone else.
that's right. Well, all mine is referrals.
So
Mine,
you want to keep
yeah.
yourself in their mind, not that they're going to purchase from you again, if you will.
Yeah, and that happens automatically. Like that's where all my business does come from. It's totally referrals.
Yeah.
But what I learned over my 15 years now of doing this is you contact them within the first year, like up to the 1-year anniversary. After that, it doesn't necessarily, they're either going to remember you,
Mhm.
right? Things change, but there just wasn't really that big of a need afterwards. But I'll have to just continue to give that some thought.
Yeah, just some thoughts that
Just,
maybe you do during COVID, and not that you would do it frequently, but maybe twice a year, or maybe even some people once a year.
yeah, like that's what I use my Jackie Lawson greeting
Right.
cards for, because it's animated and it's
Yeah. Oh, wait till you see what you can do here. I know. She's got really
but so
beautiful
this is
things,
good
though.
to understand.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she's got beautiful things, but you could send out that once a year with the card as a happy anniversary. And then you could send out one newsletter. So one thing I could see right now anyway, is sending, how important it is to be able to touch each other when you're talking, because we're so striving for personal touching. Some article in that, right? Like something coupley, and then your venues, right? There's got to be something that your venues can start, or things that they can look forward to, or the optimistic part of your venues, or you know what I'm saying? Like just once like in between kind of thing, just to remember you kind of stuff, right? And so it's a thought. Like I don't know
no,
for sure.
it's good to understand. Like I'm enjoying getting, what some possibilities could be.
Because I have ones that I send out specific, although they're on my newsletter, for defibrillators. So they're set up for when their battery or their pads need changing, right? But then I also put in one article about a save, or some situation that happened, or new products or things to watch, whatever comes up, right? Just added value, if you will. Okay. So that kind of stuff. The other thing too, and it just dawned on me, when a venue that one of your couples used does a renovation, and somebody's coming up to an anniversary, right? So we can put, you can do a tree that says, if they were married at, I'm just going to say Balls Falls because that's where my son was,
Right.
and they hit 10 years, send them this email. And you can send them an email to say, why not renew your vows at this wonderful new Balls Falls?
Mhm.
You know, stuff like that. Because we have to shamelessly market ourselves. And it doesn't feel Canadian, does it?
Well, no. And then, well, the thing is, you need to find out if they're still together.
Awkward.
Just saying. Just saying.
See,
Yeah,
I've
you
been
sent me
married for
this,
35 years. Good point.
You sent me this card for my 25th, but we got divorced after 10.
Yeah.
I
No,
never even thought of that.
yeah. So you need to tread very, yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. See,
I don't think, I can't even remember. I think about 7 or 8 years might have been the longest relationship lasting I've had in my life. And of course, I've never been legally married, but
mm,
more sense
Yeah.
than that.
see, I'm very fortunate. I found somebody that will put up with me, and I've been married for a really long time, so it never dawned on me.
Yeah, it's
I
going to
would
be.
regret not having that in my life, but it just wasn't in the cards. So
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I was very lucky as well. So, yeah.
We're coming up on
Whatever.
32 years this year.
Oh, congratulations,
Yeah.
Michael. That's great.
yeah.
I think we are all done, guys. Here we go. Okay, so I got the green light. I can go now. So I just had to take those blocks that I didn't do
Yeah.
anything with out.
That's a fun newsletter. Like, I think that's a perfect one.
Yeah, like I do those only a couple times a year, and then I always send out a Christmas video. Right, that was something that Ivan and Teresa started me on, and now I just put pictures, and I bought music for $6.99 or something, some really upbeat, but not typical Christmas carol that we know. It's just Christmassy music, right? It sounded Christmassy because I put it on a Christmas background. I don't know. So I can connect my Facebook, right? I can my Twitter, any of these. I can add an image to it if I want. I don't know. So now that's what's going to go out on my Facebook when it goes out. Okay, Twitter and all that. All right, so I can either send or schedule. If you've been a part of Ivan's training lessons, sales lessons, right, Thursday afternoons, what's the best day to send emails?
Wednesday.
That's the second best day. You're almost there, Michael.
And it's Thursday.
Today, you got it,
Yes.
right?
Okay, can I ask why?
Stats, as far as I know.
Stats. Yeah.
Okay, interesting. Yeah, I guess Monday, come off the long weekend, your email is full, you don't want to be looking. Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you got to deal with anything that happened over the weekend. I know even for my clients,
Yeah.
99% of my manufacturer or industrial do not want to do anything on a Monday because they got to deal with everything that happened over the weekend.
Yeah.
Monday morning meetings, etc. It's also funny that Thursdays are the best days for cold calling. Thursdays at it was like at 3 o'clock to 4 o'clock, right? The best times Thursday afternoons for cold calling.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Well,
Very good.
Michael had a really good week in his calling earlier on Monday, wasn't it?
Yeah, so we have this associates program that's a pilot that I'm part of, and part of it is that we have to do calling, and that program, the calling part of that runs on Monday from 12:30 to 1:30. So I've committed to do 20 calls each week. I don't get 20 in, obviously, in the whole hour. That if a lot of people don't pick up, I've had as many as 15 done. But on Monday, I had I think I got through 12 or 13 of them. And by the time I was done the hour, and this is the unusual part, because usually about half of those don't even pick up, like it's just voicemail, right?
Hmm.
By the time the hour was done, I had actually talked to all of them except for one person. Some had called back during the hour, and
I find that interesting because that's lunchtime as well.
I booked
Mhm.
6 appointments in that 1 hour, which is
Wow.
like, it's a 50% rate, which is just kind of unheard of.
That's
And then I
high.
did,
I
I
mean,
did a couple more in the late afternoon on Monday, and I booked one more appointment there. So I booked for this week, I booked 7 appointments out of 20 calls, which is like an awesome number. And then I booked one more appointment on somebody who I had a meeting with through the week. And it's usually at least four meetings before we put something in place. And so they've gone from a first meeting. We're going to do a second one next week. So it's been a pretty awesome week.
Yeah.
good for
No,
you.
Michael,
Good
is
for
that
you,
just
Michael.
Monday?
What's that?
Is it just Mondays that you call or every day?
Monday.
Just Monday?
Yeah,
So-
like, you know what, if I'm doing 20 calls, and sometimes I do some on Tuesday, because we have this other part of the program where we do like a report in on a Wednesday. It's a half hour thing. And so I got to get everything done Monday or Tuesday, really, because Wednesday morning is this call-in thing. So yeah, that's when I do everything. And then, it's the rest of the week is doing those appointments, putting everything into the system, doing all the prep for the meetings. Like,
Yeah.
I'm really busy now.
Data.
Like I'm way busy. And now, like, next week, typically I've had, 2, 3, 4 meetings. I've got 7 meetings next week.
That's amazing. That's so
Like,
awesome.
it's just like,
So
next week's gonna be crazy.
cooperators just didn't pull that day and time out of the air. There's obviously for your industry some amazing data, right? Because they're not going to set you up
Well,
for
that's what
failure.
I was going to say, because 12:30 to 1:30 on a Monday seems to me that's kind of lunchtime.
That's right.
It's like I'm stunned, but you're right. I mean, somebody in the organization must have realized, but that is the best time for your organization.
Mm.
They
Yeah.
have different, there's 1 or 2 groups in this program. I mean, obviously it also has time, when people have time also. Yeah, it's, and not everybody's in the Eastern time zone. There are some people from other parts of the country even.
No, but in your own time zone, right? Whatever you are, if you're Pacific or Central. It always
no, some of those people, like, they're doing it in our Eastern time zone, and it may not necessarily be the same time zone for them. I think we have a couple East Coasters in.
All right. So we'll pick this up again. But I do recommend, guys, go in and when you've got some spare time, sign up and just look around. And then
Yeah.
write down any questions you have. Okay. Look at the sending it out next Thursday or Wednesday or something and just see what it looks like scheduled. Send yourself and a friend a test email once you've done it and say, what do you think? What was your first thought when you seen it? Did you go, oh crap, another email? Or, were you like, oh wow, an email from Maggie, that's awesome. I wonder what she's got to talk about. Okay, excellent.
Yeah, I
Oh,
think you can have too many emails sometimes, but I think one of the great things about things like Mailchimp is, and this is something that we all kind of forget a little bit about, and in a lot of our businesses, it's about getting to know people and trust. So this is one where you can say, you know what, there's just wanted to let you know this next weekend, there's a festival going on up in Waterdown. You might want to check that out. Looks like a fun time. Have a great weekend, right? And it doesn't actually
and
have
that's
to
it.
be about work. It can be about,
Mhm.
oh, there's something else going on here, or something else going on there. And that person may or may
Hmm.
not have an interest in it, but they go, you know what? The guy sent me this thing telling me about this fun thing.
I wonder what else is on, because that doesn't interest me, but maybe,
Yeah.
doing something that was interesting.
Yeah,
Right?
that's
I
a
don't wanna
great
go-
idea, actually.
I don't want to go skating at Nathan Phillips because it's like too far away, but what other ice rinks are open for us to use? Outdoor rinks, right? H2O.
I did the Nathan Phillips Square thing when my daughter lived there for some stupid reason, and I don't know why. That was always on my bucket bucket list to go skating at Nathan Phillips Square, and it's like 4 PM. There's 10,000 people on the rink, you're crashing in each other and everything. Obviously, it wasn't this winter,
Yes.
and it was always on my list. But there's this other thing called the Bentway, which is this skating rink thing that's underneath the Gardiner Expressway in Toronto.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it goes a
And
couple kilometers.
I think it's closer to Spadina, like it's sort of west of
Mhm.
downtown. And that's on the bucket list for one day too. Now my daughter lives over on Blue Jays Way, so it's actually probably almost walking distance.
Yeah.
One day, obviously not this
You
winter.
got it. Okay, guys, listen, we're out of time, but just before I
Okay.
leave, I got some announcements. Okay. So again, for members, which you all are, this afternoon at 1 o'clock, Ivan's on part 2 of, what's the topic?
Oh, the sales, setting up your sales strategy.
There you go. Yes, so that was like real big homework last week. Holy camole. And then on Monday, it is Ivan again, with Coffee with Ivan at 9:30. There's no mastermind next week because we just had it, right? And then on Wednesday is Conversations with Melissa and Steven on Wednesday evening, Invest 2021, and that's at 8:30. With that, also just remember, guys, that investment club is going right now, but you have to go log in and then put your name down because they have to have a minimum of 5 people to start that club.
Yeah, we've got 4 now. We have 4 now. We're just looking for one more. And, so once we get the 4th, I think next Monday, Teresa and Melissa are working at a time to have the setting up the guidelines and everything else. So anybody who wants to be part of that conversation, they certainly can. But the investment club is actually being done through the TD Bank. So they're structuring it, and it's just investing in preferred shares, common shares, just standard stuff. But it'll be cool, right?
Also, again, remember that we're all doing pretty good during COVID, but not everybody is. So looking for donations of non-perishables, food to the Community Services Bank up at concession 285. Wednesday nights at 6 p.m. Donations would be greatly appreciated. And I bet if there's other things that you'd like to donate, if you just give Ivan or them a shout, they'll let you know what other things.
Yeah, they said socks and gloves. When we go to, I think, Walmart, Teresa, she picks up these woolly socks that are on sale for very cheap. So socks,
Yeah, you can get a pack of 20 for $10. So that's pretty good when
That's good.
you're giving them out, right? And they're men's and they're long and they're nice and warm. So
Oh, excellent.
Yeah,
Excellent. Thank
Wednesday
you.
evening, 6 o'clock. By the way, I try to be there every Wednesday, just even if we don't have something to donate, just to be there, just in case anybody does show up to give stuff, then I'll show you folks where to go. It's a side door because sometimes the folks for the food bank are lined up outside, obviously, on one side. So there's a side door that you can go to.
Okay. And lastly is Tech Talk next week will be a surprise topic because we have the very special Mr. Thomas will be a guest speaker next week.
Wonderful.
And I'm sure he's going to connect with me. I know he sent me actually a little Facebook thing while we've been talking. So he'll be here and he'll be our guest speaker. But guys, if there is anything that you're looking for, like Christian, if you have any questions or Maggie, shoot them in. We'll try and cover them to the best. I always have feelers out to the real professionals on this subject, but I think a lot of people are trying to pick their brains right now. So I'm at the bottom of that pile. So you're just getting me. All right.
All right. Well, hey, you might not just get me on Monday. I might get Christiane to jump in there and actually take the lead for me on Monday, and I'll be her co-host.
Ooh.
Yeah. Sure. Thanks for throwing that one out there, Ivan.
Surprise, Christiane.
Yeah.
I just want to get you in there, man. Yeah.
I've been there.
All right,
actually,
you guys.
Actually, we co-hosted for half the session last Monday.
That's right. It was good.
We
So
did.
let's do it. Okay. Thank you.
All right.
everybody.
Take care, everybody. Have a good week. Stay
Thanks.
safe.
Yes,
You
Mike.
too. Mike,
Monday.